here. How to do it. So that would stop me from even starting. So I didn't ever, then I would never get anything done because I was so just caught up on what, I guess it's the fear of failure. So in this book, he talks about the definition of failure. We have to realize that it's not an event. It's not final. It's not unavoidable. We are all going to fail. And it's also not the objective. It's just kind of part of our journey. It also is not the enemy because we learn so much from failure. You will continue to fail as a human being. That's part of what we are. And then there's a stigma with failure also. But the thing about failure that a lot of people don't realize is that it gets you closer to success. And then failure shouldn't keep you from moving forward either because it's not final. There's failure along the way of many people's success. Many people in history have had tons of failure. And then success is the end result of all those failures. So then we also have a fear cycle that, that if you look at inaction, inability, inexperience, and fear's kind of in the middle, and all those things, the inaction, the inability, the inexperience, that puts us in that cycle I was talking about that I was in, where you're just, you feel like, well, I don't have the experience. I've never done this. And so I must not be capable of doing this. So I'm not going to do it. And then it just keeps going around and around. And we just a lot of times have to just start and we learn along the way. So it leads to paralysis, procrastination, and purposelessness. That's a tough one to say. So we have to break the cycle. So we break the cycle by building momentum and just starting on things. And a lot of things that I've done as a coach have not been as hard as I've made them out to be in the beginning. I get started and I do it and I'm like, okay, well, that wasn't so bad. I made it a way bigger deal than I thought it was. And we'll make mistakes, and those mistakes that's part of the learning process and how we grow. And then we just have to get moving and get off the failure freeway, which is when we, are just in that cycle again of the inability and experience. And we just have to get off and just keep moving forward. So when we accept responsibility for what we're doing, then we accept what's beyond our control. We stay busy controlling the things that we can control, the things that depend on us and depend on our success, instead of the things that we can't control, and focus our energy on that. And failure is within us. If we look at it as a failure, that's our own thinking. And we can't, focusing on the facts of life beyond your control just causes trouble. So if we don't let the failure in, then, and we continue with a positive attitude and working towards positive action, then that helps us get off that failure freeway. So as we change ourselves, and that's what I love the most about coaching, is we focus so much on becoming better people and the personal development and like reading books like this. And so as we focus on ourselves, our world and our perspective changes, and we see ourselves more clearly. We see our flaws honestly. And then we can also discover our strengths and where we have more ability to build upon those strengths and our passions and what we truly want to do with ourselves and our lives and our passions. And then I think getting over ourselves and giving of ourselves, that's the other thing that I love so much about coaching, is we are truly trying to find those people that we can help and people that need something in their life to give them purpose. And whether it's just the fitness part of it or the coaching too. And if it's, and where we're helping them find a solution to a problem and helping them find the support that they need, or the or finally find something that works for them. That's what I think, and then that creates more success because we're focusing on other people. When we just focus on ourselves and our own insecurities, that's when we start feeling more insecure and inferior and inadequate, is when we look at ourselves and when we're comparing ourselves to other people. But if we just truly are looking for people to help, then and start giving of ourselves and giving, offering value to people, then that's when we can, that also helps us get off the failure freeway and move towards success. So the other part is teamwork. And you can't win if you don't get over yourself. We can't do it all ourselves. I don't know everything. I don't know a coach, even a top coach that does know everything or did know everything in the beginning. And I think as a Beachbody coach, especially in the very beginning, you feel like there's so much to learn and so much to know and so much to take in that you feel like, how am I going to do this? Well, we have an awesome team and we can rely on each other. We have each other, everybody that's here on this call, plus our awesome upline with Team Forward Fitness and Brigitte. And there are so many resources out there and so many ways to reach out and find people to help you. And the internet, like I Google stuff all the time, even just Beachbody stuff. It's, so you don't have to know all the answers. You don't have to know everything. You don't have to feel like you have to do it yourself. So we all have bad experiences and failures and we do things wrong, but that creates resilience and it provides greater opportunities for us to learn, for us to recognize where we went wrong, and for us to improve. It also prompts innovation and helps us get thinking about how we can improve things. And then it also motivates us by allowing us to step back and look at the benefits of us surviving the challenge. And every challenge that we have opens up a new door for opportunity for us to learn. So if we are not failing, really, we're not growing. And so we have to try something harder. And if you're not, people want to avoid risks in life. And if we want to avoid risks, then we shouldn't drive or travel in an airplane or walk on the street, And so we have to kind of think about that everything we do in life is risky. And even just talking to somebody about buying a challenge pack, joining a challenge group feels so risky sometimes and feels so scary. And it feels so hard, but that's how we grow. That's how we get better at it. The more we do it, the more confident we are with it. And when a person hesitates because they feel inferior, like, oh my gosh, what are they going to think? I don't know everything. How am I going to answer all their questions? Well, you just start and you find out those questions and you just, you just learn as you go. So I love this quote that he shared in the book too, that said, while one person hesitates because he feels inferior, the other person is busy making mistakes and becoming superior. So we can turn the failure into successes. So I want you guys to think about who can help you and what something hard that you guys can try this week. Something that you're scared of. I told you. Hi.
I think it's bed wet.
Okay. Did you spill?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll be there in a minute.
Can
Okay.
I sleep in your bed?
Yeah. Go get in my bed with Gage. So anyway, there's not much difference between failure and success because the amount of work is really the same. But when we have the purpose and we don't let our failure stop us because it's not an end result. And when we learn from failure and we find those new doors that it opens, and we find our purpose, even if it's a failure that showed us that's not what we should be doing in life, that's not the direction we should be going, then we get rid of our excuses. Then we have to find incentives to help us reach our goals too. ways to reward ourselves for moving forwards, or find ways, rewards that will be there as we grow. Like in our business with Beachbody, there are tons of incentives for growth in your business. And that's a huge motivator, I think. And then we just have to have determination. We have to have a determined mindset and realize that the end result and the rewards far outweigh the failures that we're going to have along the way, and the setbacks, and it will develop resilience as we go. So that was kind of all I had, and I want the reason why I wanted to talk about this specifically this week is because I was thinking about all the new coaches that are here, like really new. And I think it applies to everybody, but I think that we get worried about what we're going to say to people, how we're going to talk to people, or how we're going to present ourselves on social media as a new coach. And I think that we just have to get over that fear of failure, that fear of that they're going to say no, and pay. And one thing that I love is Brigitte, our upline coach, has always talked about making sure that when you're talking to people, talk to them like you're recommending a movie. And people will kind of get that sense that you're offering these products, these groups, these, even our free groups that we do, as something that you love. And that's how they're going to sense that you're there to just truly help them find something that they need, and that that will help improve their life. And if we keep it to that and kind of put the worry of, oh, well, am I going to say the right thing? Am I going to know all the right answers to the right questions? None of that really truly matters. You can give the worst presentation to the right person that's ready for change, that's ready for what you're offering them. You could give them the worst presentation and they would accept it. But if you're giving the best presentation to the wrong person, they're not going to accept it, or whether you give the best presentation or the worst presentation. So keep that in mind as you're talking to people and as you're posting, to just start and we all have to start and learn along the way, and we get better. So I am going to unmute Corey so that she can talk for a minute, and then we'll talk to whoever else wants to talk. That sound good?
Yeah. Okay, I don't have a cool little slideshow like Emily.
Awesome. I need this in the last 5 minutes.
I have been reading The Compound Effect, which I highly recommend. It's a great one. And the last chapter I was reading is about momentum. He calls it Big Mo, which I kind of thought was funny. And it says, once you've got Big Mo on your side, there's almost no way anyone can catch you. And it likens it to like a merry-go-round. When you first start pushing it, it takes a lot to get going. And then it feels like you're just pushing and pushing and it's not getting anywhere. And then all of a sudden it just keeps going and going, and it's easier to push and get on and go for a ride. It says you get started by taking one small step, one action at a time. Progress is slow, but once a newly formed habit has kicked in, Big Mo joins the party. And once you get started, it's just so much easier to keep going. If you stop, you have to build that momentum back up, and it makes it that much harder to keep going. And that's really helped me lately, because I kind of get in a funk or something. And I love what I do, and I know what I'm doing is what I want to be doing, but sometimes you just life gets in the way or things like that, and you kind of slow down, and you just have to remember that it's those habits and those daily disciplines that build that momentum and keep your consistency up. What? Sorry. You have school, so no. Okay, I'm on the phone.
When I'm done with school.
We'll see. Okay, good night. Sorry. Good night, I love you. And then it also says, I've seen along that with good habits.
Page 100.
Yeah, 100. Each has developed routines for accomplishing necessarily daily disciplines. It's the only way any of us can predictably regulate our behavior. A daily routine built on good habits and discipline separates the most successful among us from everyone else. A routine is exceptionally powerful. And then it also talks about like how you control the beginning and the end of your days. You can set your routine so you wake up at a certain time, you do certain things, you go to bed and you do certain things. But during the day, you might not be able to control everything that's going on, but you can definitely control those mornings and night times. And I've noticed that too. When I stick to my routine, I feel much more in control of my life. And then just one more little thing right here. Let's see, sorry. It says, nothing kills Big Mo quicker and with more certainty than a lack of consistency. And if you don't get into something you can maintain, you won't do it at all. Consistency is the critical component of success. So just remember that it's easier to keep going than it is to quit and keep starting over and over and over. So that's kind of what I had.
That was awesome. I love the morning and night thing. And I've heard it called the bookends to your day. Like if you start your day, like with however you do it, if you like to work out morning or night, start your day with your workout, some personal development, and then end your day with something, some sort of personal development or some sort of routine. I think that those 2 times of the day, like you said, are so important with us staying consistent because, I mean, I think we're all busy with life and, you know, kids and jobs and whatever we have going and that stuff and unexpected things happen during the day, but we, you know, those 2 times of the day we really can control so much better. So I think I saw Lindsay just jump on.
I'm on.
Hi.
I've been waiting, and then anyway, I'm ridiculous. I'm working on my electronic skills.
Oh, that's fine. Sorry, and I changed the time last minute because I needed to be done earlier. So,
no, you're good.
Sorry about that. But I recorded it too, so you can watch the first part of it.
Okay.
On the team page. But we'll start with you if you don't mind, since you're already on, and we'll just talk about. I think we're just gonna, if you want to just give us like maybe a personal development aha you had over this past week, and maybe some sort of success or something that you've had as well.
Okay. Okay. So here's my
learned or something.
So here's my success is Gavin is like I posted on the Forward Fitness page a while ago, you know, with some questions about what people would do for him because he's struggling right now. And so he and I have both started P90X Monday. 3, and he is like killing it. Like he's struggling and it's really hard for him, but he's like excited about it. And so for me, that is my biggest success because if he can just keep the fire and keep going, I know he is just going to make a huge transformation in his confidence, which is what I'm hoping for. That's my success. And then with the personal development, I just finished for the coach, whatever group it was, the network marketing. Yeah. So there wasn't maybe necessarily an aha moment in there. Now I'm doing the newbie to Emerald. And so the assignment for yesterday was to come up with your avatar for your, it was really hard for me. Because just getting started was hard, but just like being able to put my own story, because I don't know. Okay, so let me back up. So I'm listening to all these team calls, the Beachbody team calls, and everyone has these amazing stories. I don't like have an amazing story yet. Like I don't.
You do. You like, just don't know.
No, I don't know what it is yet, I guess. Yeah, I haven't started it. Because, I mean, it's not like, I'm not like super saying I'm super fit or anything, but I don't have like 100 pounds to lose, and I don't feel like, you know, I've have this tragic backstory, you know, like I'm doing really well and my life is going pretty great. Like I can't complain too much. There's just things I want to change.
Yeah.
But nothing's actually changed yet. So I think my aha moment is just being able to try to find that something that I have that I could actually offer to other people. And so there's just been a couple of things as I've been writing things down that I think, okay, maybe this is something that could affect someone else's life for the better. So anyway, that's my aha moment.
That's good though. But I've listened to a lot of calls too where there's so many people like you that are like, I don't have a story. I don't have like a big, you know, and I feel like, you know, a lot of us feel that way in a way that we don't have like this big struggle or whatever, like, but there's so many people like us out there too that just they just want to improve their life. It's not, you know, it doesn't always have to be I need to lose 100 pounds or pull myself out of this deep dark depression or whatever, you know. Right. A lot of it's just improving in there, you know. And as you develop your story will still be unique because of your situation, and there will be people that relate to little things about you that wouldn't to other people. So that's good. All right, so Byron, do you want to talk? Hang on. How's your week been going?
My week's been going great. For the rest of you who don't know me, I'm Byron. I'm new to this. Emily got me on this. I could definitely say my week has been little tiring, work and birthday party, you know, so, and trying to stay on top of all the goals and being active. Yeah. So I'm waiting for the weekend to catch up on some rest here soon. But I could definitely agree that a lot of this has been rewarding. I don't know what to say on these things. Do you guys have questions for me?
Yeah, well, like I said, if you've been doing any sort of personal development or like, if you've had any success, did you start in on that group, the coach training group? Monday?
You sent me? Or?
Yeah.
I filled out the application and I got a link. I think I got, she added me to it. So.
Okay, yeah.
In fact, I was reading some of the things that they posted and I kind of like what she said about, made me wonder, you know, if I'm going to do this coaching thing, should my Facebook, if I'm inviting people to it, like, what are things that I should be advertising on it? And it made me realize, like, she got a point because I'm trying to sell myself here. I got to represent myself. This is not just as much as these products, so I don't need to be posting certain activities I do on my off time or
because it's a business now.
It's like who are all which one's you? So it kind of made me wonder, is like, well, I know my friends are always going to be tagging me and stuff. So like, I kind of wanted to ask you one day if I should like make a separate profile just for this thing and just have it all professional with, you know, inspiring things and success stories and things like that. I mean, it was like, I'm finishing my Warrior learning courses tomorrow. So I'm hoping this weekend I could start building up my webs, together on the team body and getting everything ready, and I want to put more effort on these things. I did like some of the video, the notes you talked about in the video where we might not think we don't know a lot about this because we're new, and that's actually something I'm going through right now with me getting my promotion. As now me being sergeant, I'm kind of in that same position. I may know my job, I know how to do it, but now being as a supervisor, there's times where it's like, do I know what I'm doing? This is all new to me. So I'm having to do the same thing. And just getting started on this, I don't have a before or after picture, but I already got like 2 friends. I got one who comes to my room every day, and he's doing Insanity Max 30 with me. Do I know if he's going to be a member someday? I don't know. But just that I'm being an example to him, and he's an example to me. I'm, you know, maybe after the end of this 2 months, he'd be like, hey, what's up with this Shakeology? Hey, let me get involved in this. Yeah. I don't know what will happen.
Yeah.
But, and then I had another friend. She was just like, hey, when are we going to work out again? I'm like, well, I'm doing Insanity Max tomorrow. It's like, all right, I'll be there. So I got another friend doing it with me. So maybe just, hopefully this trend and other ways I could spend on getting getting people to know more about this. And even at work, I take Shakeology with me, and I'm like, what's that? So they're asking questions. So hopefully I'll be able to get further with this, and you guys could even show me some tips and tricks what to do to get better at this.
Sure. So there's lots of things. It's just a learning process. So we'll set up a time we can talk, and we'll go over like stuff you can do about your Facebook page and all that too. So, but the posts in the group for the training group, those are all good things. If you can follow those assignments, those will help you a lot. So cool. That's awesome. And you're right. Just being proof of the products that they work that's one of the 3 vital behaviors is, just being proof and being proof that you're being consistent and it's helping you. So, all right, Lisa, can you hear me? Are you there, Lisa? I don't know if Lisa can hear me.
Can I have a little drink?
Yes, go get a drink.
Okay.
Okay, I don't think Lisa
I need
can hear me. Let me just send her a...
Can I have a little snack?
Yeah, have Kennedy get you one, okay? Yes, go. All right, well, I think, unless anybody has any questions, you can type them in the chat if you have any questions. Okay. Bethany, how do you and Corey go about getting people to buy Shakeology or challenge packs or even sign up as a coach under you? Oh, and Lisa doesn't have a mic set up yet, so we're good. We'll hit you next week, Lisa, okay? So we do, for me, like I do a lot of, the Coach Training University helps kind of explain how you go about the inviting process. But I usually a couple times a month, I do a post on Facebook, just a public post about my next challenge group coming up, and that I have this fitness group that offers support and accountability. So that's one way, and then I reach out to everybody that likes it and comments on it. I even reach out to people that like and comment on my. No, go sit and eat it, okay? Reach out to people that no bugs. People that like and comment on my just other fitness or health related posts. I send them private messages and let them know about my challenge groups and just ask them if they'd be interested. So a lot of private messaging on Facebook is how I do it, and just inviting them and just saying, hey, I have this challenge group that that I'm doing, that it starts every month. I'm just wondering if you'd be interested, if you'd like to know more details, that kind of stuff. So that's a lot of the way I do it. And then as far as the coaches, when I talk to people about the challenge groups, I usually always offer everybody the opportunity to sign up as a coach, even if it's for the discount. Because when they sign up as a coach, they just get a better deal, and that allows them to stick with it. I think if it's not quite so expensive for them. And then I just get them involved in like the team pages and like let them know what's going on. I ask them up front usually if they just want to be a coach for the discount or if they're interested at all in building a business. So if they just want to be a coach for the discount, I absolutely give them that space and say that's great, and then just they do the challenge group and I help support them through that. But if they want to build the business, then I help set them up with all the resources that are available. We did the coach opportunity webinar a couple weeks ago. So that's something I'll be doing every month. And Corey did it with me, and we'll probably be doing it every month. And all my coaches under me, that if they want to invite people to those webinars too on their Facebook pages, we can do them all together. And then people that are interested in the opportunity can see what it's about. So does that answer your questions? All right. Corey, do you have anything to add to that? I'm going to unmute you.
No, mine's about the same. It's just a lot of personal messaging, which has been hard for me, but I'm getting better. And I think really just being a product of the product, people will come to you sometimes even. So like I watched Emily and I went to her and asked her about it. So it's just, everyone's different too. Like she said, it's kind of just like when they're ready for it, you can talk to them about it and they're like, not right now. And like they say, a no is not really a no, it's maybe later. So that's kind of how I'm saying. So.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people, once you get started, it's hard. But people are watching you. They see you start posting about what you're doing, and they see you start, making changes or whatever. And some of them are kind of just like their interest is perked, and so they're kind of listening and, wondering where you're going to go with this. And if you talk to them about it in the beginning, in fact, like last month, I think were all people that I talked to about it, like months and months before that I finally were like, okay, now I'm ready. Now's a good time for me. So it's just kind of just getting out there and talking to people about it and sharing it. So anyway, we'll try and keep these nice and short. So unless anybody has any questions, final questions they want to type into the chat, we can call it a night. You guys are all awesome. I'm excited. I think we'll just watch the team page for when these calls will be. I think evenings are a little better for more people to get on. So yeah. Anyway, you guys have a great night. Thanks for getting on. See you guys.